Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late December 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Gemini collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we got for these beautiful Geminis in late December? We are feeling very festive, my good friends. You get to have your cards read by Kyle Claus, just like everybody else. So I hope you've been good this year. But let's see what energies, messages, insights we could take a peek at. And we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Gemini in late December. What's the vibe here for my good friends? Okay. So really, really strong creative energy that I often see with water signs. And this card also has a bit of complexity to it because there's a lot going on. Even though it seems rather simple, there's like just so much symbolism embedded within this card. So it can speak about complex situations or complexity in emotions. So we're going to have to really take a look and see how it goes. But before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see here, right in the center, we have this art model that seems to be doing a pose. We have paintings, we have sculptures, we have this little Adam and Eve symbolism going on over here with the serpent and the apple. So could there be something very tempting to you? Sure, that could be part of it. But to me, I think of the creative juices flowing first and foremost. So, and I get this a lot in water sign energy. So whether it's creative expression or just getting something out of your system, letting an energy flow, this is great for emotional expression of any kind and any sort of creative endeavor, even if it's just finding creative solutions to anything you might be going through. Now, downside to this type of energy, it could really hit the mind quite a bit, right? Like there's so much going on, so much energy that your mind might be going a little bit. So just watch for the overthinking and the daydreaming a little too much. Nothing wrong with some inward focus, but this card could sometimes skew a little too extreme with the inward focus. So we'll take a look at it. And of course, with all the different symbolism, for some Geminis, you might just be dealing with some very nuanced, layered topics, situations, or even feelings within yourself, where you might feel a couple different ways about something. So we're just going to let her chill right there. We're going to get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here. What do we got for Gemini? And while we get this shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was titled A Serious Change. Now, life is all about change, right? It's always happening in one form or another. But yesterday's seemed like a little more, or not yesterday, last week's felt a little bit more urgent to me, where it's like, all right, well, you need to take this seriously or put a little more energy into it. Or maybe it's just serious life changes that some of you could be going through. It was very stern, very air sign-like, smart, strategic. So we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So we'll take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Gemini. It's all about your situation and your awareness, my good friends. Let's get 3 cards out here for my Geminis in late December. What do we got? Okay. So we got the Page of Wands in position number 1. I like that, especially for a Gemini reading. This is a pretty good card in a pretty good position. So I like where the energy's flowing. Big fire sign energy here. We're going to get that page tucked in by the amethyst. Let's get a couple more here for you. What do we got? I love action cards in the first spot. Okay, so we got the Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful. Very solid, stable, grounded type of energy. These two present in totally different ways, that's for sure. But I'm liking where we're going so far. Let's get one more out here. What do we got for Gemini, please? In late December. Thank you. Okay. People. Lots of people. Okay. So you got 2 court cards here. So you have like more people than anything else showing up in your reading this week. So right here on the back end, we got the Queen of Pentacles. And she also popped out with another queen, we got the Queen of Cups herself. So we have 3/4 of the zodiac showing up in the Gemini spread. We don't see the air sign energy just yet, right? Well, let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I would say this is an Earth dominant spread this week, which isn't always a bad thing. Like, in the positive, especially when we look here, and I always think it's important to look at the elements with the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. This energy could be very predictable. It could represent feelings of safety and stability. It could represent home, family, work, business, living situations. So think of the world that we function within when we see a lot of earth energy. And I like the stability and security of it. But the downside is it's an energy that could feel a little stuck or feel like it's not making much progress. Think of earth energy as very long lasting. So it's not like a flash in the pan. It's not something that's very quick. If this is all good stuff we're seeing, even better, because then this could be long lasting positive energy for you to claim. We have fire right here in the front. That is a very complementary energy for a Gemini. Fire represents actions. So the actions that we take, the actions that other people take. It's your internal combustion system. I always say that. It's your energy levels, it's your vitality, it's your motivation, your passion, your drive. So I like it. It is kind of heading into this earth, so we're going to have to see if those energies play along. The thing with fire is sometimes it could be a little unpredictable, right? It could be a little hot and cold. Whereas like the earth energy, what you see is what you get. When it comes to fire energy, it's just like it could go this way, it could go that way, it could do this, it could do that. It's like I never know what it's doing. And then we got water on the back end with the Queen of Cups, the realm of emotions and feelings and interpersonal connections. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with our very first person. And as I already mentioned, we got the Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Even this card that has lots of people. It's like your reading this week is people, people, people everywhere. So like if you're not the most social person right now, this energy could be a little overwhelming. So watch out for other people's energies overwhelming you. Maybe for the holiday season, you're doing a lot of family stuff. Very positive, possible. But pages, if they're not people, when I see this fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they're all students. They're all messengers. They represent newer, fresher types of energy. So whether it's a brand new beginning of some sort, a new perspective, a new way that I'm going to be, or it's like, you know what, this is what I'm going to do now. It's like turning over a new leaf. The Page of Wands is very passionate. So if we are talking about a conversation of some sort, comes in hot, very passionate, could be out of the blue a little bit. If we're talking about someone's actions, it could be very intense very quickly. So we're talking about big action here on the front. The downside to this is that this card can burn itself out. So it's very important, whatever it is you're going through in this time, to pace yourself slow and steady, because this energy can intensify real quick and burn out real quick. So we'll take more looks at this when we get into the clarifying. Now, moving to the center, we have what is classically one of the more positive cards in the whole entire deck. And it's the Ten of Pentacles. I love it. And you see it as like the happy family. You even have the dogs there. They're all gathered around. And to me, this is an energy of wins, victories, blessings, expansion. It's really, really beautiful. Very solid, stable, and sturdy. So again, for a lot of you, if there's a win or a victory that's about to come your way, it could have long, lasting repercussions. This is an energy that's not very flighty. When you get it, you get it. And I like it. It's expansive. It's great for career. It's great for work. So we think of level up type of energy when we have this Ten of Pentacles. It's like I'm increasing something. I'm going up a level, which is great. The downside to it, we all kind of already covered it. The Ten of Pentacles, since there are so many pentacles there, it could be very set in stone. So when I see like this Page of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles right next to it, it's like this page is kind of running into a brick wall. I don't want to say it's a blockage of energy, but it could definitely be a hurdle that we want to look at. But if anything, it's a good hurdle. Now, moving to the back end, we have the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. Lovely. Now, if you're not connected to an earth sign, remember, it's not gender specific. This could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. The queens represent the internal aspects of the suit. We've already gone into quite a bit of detail about the meaning of the pentacle suit. So the stability, the abundance, all that great stuff. I look at her, I think of her similar to the Empress. So again, the blessings, the abundance, there's a lot of really good potential energy here for the Geminis this week. I really think so. For some of you, there could be some attention you need to pay to like your day-to-day life and routine when she shows up. She's all about those pentacles, all about that money focus. So I really like the Queen of Pentacles here, but similar to the 10, her downside can be a little rigid. It could be a little set in its ways. So you see this little concern that I'm feeling. There's a lot of great stuff here, but I'm like, all right, well, what is this energy that's going to be sticking around for so long? For your bonus, we got the Queen of Cups, water sign. So again, we don't have to, hone in on one zodiac sign or another, because we have like 9 of the 12 out here, but Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And she's a double down of emotional feelings. Remember, queens represent the internal. The cups also represent the internal. So her, it's like double the feeling, double the emotion. So there could be someone really deep in their feelings when she shows up. Let's put her down there. I want to dive deeper on all of it, Gemini. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What do we got for Gemini, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Page of Wands. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Gemini, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the Page here? Why is the Page here? Thank you. Okay. All right, so we got the Two of Cups in reverse. This is pretty aggressive. It's pretty aggressive here. So watch out for anybody that you might feel is stepping on your toes. The energy feels a little offended to me, actually. So just watch the communication in this time, for sure. Because the Two of Cups in the upright, it's a card that represents soul ties, soul connections, people we care deeply for. When it's in reverse under the Page of Wands, it's like, oh, you went a little too far, or you said a little too much, or you came in a little too aggressive. So again, I'm not saying that's definitely you. But this could be somebody else where their approach to something is a little too pushy for my liking. Now, does that tank the whole entire reading? Absolutely not. For a small portion of you, this could even be like a venting session with the Page of Wands and the Two of Cups, like an emotional talk where someone's like, oh, I'm going through this issue and that issue and this problem. I need help. Like, to me, there's a lot of venting. So, and also somebody telling you their issues. So I'm getting a lot of stuff here. It doesn't feel like you're someone's emotional pincushion, so to speak. You might be cool with this, but there's like this funky little energy around communication. And even for a small portion of you, there might be someone you're ignoring, or that they're ignoring you. It's like they're not hearing me. So I'm getting tension here in the front. I'm getting tension. I'm getting friction. Let's see if it continues through the reading itself. Yeah, there's something here around communication, messages. It's just a little too pushy, a little too aggressive for me. There's a little bit of conflict rubbing. Let's keep going. We're going to see what that Ten of Pentacles has. Let's see what the Ten of Pentacles has. This could also be someone where they're like, I'm not going to bite my tongue. I'm going to say what I want. I'm not going to edit myself for anyone. I know Geminis are very straightforward like that. So let's see what the Ten of Pentacles has. Good. Ten of Swords. Okay. Yeah, this reading is an anomaly, Gemini, because there is so much good energy here, and at the same time, there's like stress-inducing energy at the same time. And if anyone can see through that kind of perspective, it would be the Gemini Collective, where you can simultaneously see the good in something, but you could also see the not so good, and you see it pretty clearly. Now, the Nine of Swords, you see them, right? I always say it's one of those cards where you don't really have to be an expert to understand what it means. Person stressing, anxious, nervous. I feel like I've had that for you in recent weeks. If I have, it's showing up here again, maybe a couple weeks ago. But it's like we got good stuff, but then there's someone that's still stressing about it for some reason, or just it's an energy where it's still kind of a repeating behavior, where it's like something that's still happening, it's still showing up. Like there's this energy that's strongly ingrained. So we have really, really good stuff, which I hope you're claiming, all the great stuff, but then we also see the downside to it. So maybe someone's in that headspace where they're weighing. It's like, all right, well, this is good, this is good, this is great, but this is not so much. There's a lot of friction. Let's keep going. We're going to put the Nine of Swords down right there again. Let's see what the Queen of Pentacles has. Maybe it'll give us a better outcome. See what happens. But why is the Queen of Pentacles here for Gemini? And we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow. What is all this tension? Thank you. Just so many people. All the people here. So we have the King of Swords, and this makes sense because remember I was seeing that stern, serious type of energy last week. It's showing up again. If you're an energetically sensitive person, just I don't want to say be cautious, but watch out, especially with things that you're feeling, because a lot of the feelings you might be feeling might not even be your feelings when we have like the whole zodiac showing up here. Now, the King of Swords is one of your power cards, very strategic, very plan based, where it's like, nope, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to handle it. So there is an energy here that's, strategizing or planning. It's another thing I've seen for you in recent weeks. So it might be a good thing to approach any situation, good, bad, or indifferent, with a structured approach. But I'm feeling bombarded with energy. That's honestly how I'm feeling by like all the stuff. Yeah, there's great stuff. I don't want to downplay that. There are wins, there are victories, but there could be problematic things. There could be tough situations for sure, especially with the Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords, where it's like, no, I will make this right. There's a certain structure to it. So there could be certain situations that are a little rough or a little problematic that could pop up in this time. If not, there could be like some just tension. It's tension, it's friction, where it's like, all right, this isn't flowing the way I want it to. So these are some things to watch out for, but I feel like a lot of it is energy from the outside coming in, where like this might not even be originating from you. Like with the Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords, that's also an energy where it's like I'm staying in my own lane. So watch you're not getting pulled into other people's stuff as well, because I'm feeling bombarded energetically. Let's go through and do a quick recap here, Gemini, because like there's really great energy, there's wins and victories, but there's also conflict, there's also tension. There's like I'm seeing the good and the bad of something simultaneously. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we got the Page of Wands with the Two of Cups. A lot of talking, a lot of chatting here. The energy comes through as quite aggressive, maybe even a little pushy. So watch out for anything like that. Someone may be getting offended or step on toes or is just pushing too hard. It's a very aggressive type of energy I'm picking up in the front. Semi-confrontational. If not, this could also be someone venting to somebody else. There's a big energy around communication. Just make sure you're not absorbing too much energy from others. In the middle, we got the Ten of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords again. So it's like I see the good stuff, but I see the problems. I see the good and the bad simultaneously. It's stress induced. So like even though there's great wins, victories possible, there's this underlying energy where it's like there's still more I need to solve. There's still more I need to work through. There's something that's not quite ideal, even if it's moving in the right direction. On the back end, we got the Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords in the upright. So energetic overwhelm, energetic bombardment is what I'm picking up here. Very important to implement structure into whatever it is you're dealing with, whether it's work, family, or otherwise. There needs to be guardrails and guidelines and structure and a plan and a strategy. I don't know why. Like a lot of times, I'm a big believer in going with the flow. This energy is very structured and sectioned off and compartmentalized. So watch out for some problematic situations or rough situations, even if things are going good too. It's like this underlying friction and tension. So please take a screenshot if you want to go into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Gemini, please? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card going. What do we got? Thank you. And another person, it's just so many people here, Gemini. So all those things I was already saying within the reading itself, that even goes like double or triple here. Just all these outside energies coming in. Now, the Knight of Wands isn't inherently a bad thing, right? Again, we have more of this fire sign energy, which can be a little intense, a little aggressive. I love it for action. I love it for moving things forward. If you're not connected to a fire sign, the Knight of Wands is all about pushing things in a positive direction in its positive sense. But the challenge of this card is that it could just be a little too much, a little too intense, or a little too pushy and aggressive. So that's something to watch out for. The big shadow side of the Knight of Wands is it could be an energy that does things without thinking them through. And with all the things we saw within the reading itself, very important not to do things without thinking them through, honestly. I feel like that could be a warning here. So we're going to put the Knight of Wands down right there, my good friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you would like further clarification on your situation, you can book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My December schedule is live right now, and the spots go quick, so go check it out, see what's available if you want to have a chat with me. But for the December subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks for all skill levels, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards, which one do you resonate with most? When you see it in a reading, it's like, yeah, that's me. Put your answer in the comments. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.